Hello everyone. Sports have always had a huge impact on our culture and our lives. And as for me, and probably many of you out there has been some sport or sports that we played in our lives that were or still are having a huge impact on us. And most of these sports that we played that would have these impact on us, that have made us the person who we are today, we played as children. And that's why today I'm going to tell you why it's important for kids to continue to play sports for their physical health, emotional health, and also just to have fun. First off, I'm going to tell you why playing sports is important for kids' physical health. And I'm sure that's kind of obvious, but as far as for physical health, I mean in the short run and the long run. And in the short run, I mean while they're playing these sports, obviously they're running, jumping, hopping around, whatever, and it's getting their heart rate up, burning calories, building body mass. But that's the now, and for the later, in the long run, playing these sports and working out and doing these things regularly can lead to healthy habits related to activity and just a diet that can last a long lifetime. And my second point is emotional health. And for emotional health, my first fact is for their self-esteem. And what I mean by that is when a team loses, or a certain player, kid, loses or wins, there's a certain way to win and lose. And what you call that is winning or losing with grace. And basically what that means is learning to be humble. Learning to be humble both ways. When you are humbled and someone puts a good whooping on you, it's important for kids to learn how to take that and deal with it properly, and vice versa. Which, I mean, that's obviously something that they take all the way through life. You need to be, every person for their emotional health needs to learn to be a humble person. It's just very healthy. And secondly, is their communication skills. And as far as communication skills goes, what I mean by that is, in almost all team sports, there's a great deal of communication that goes into being successful in that sport. And that goes further than just in that sport. Having communication skills, being able to talk as a child with your peers, your teammates, the referees, umpires, your coaches. Learning to have those communication skills as a child is a great thing, because you can take those communication skills on with you through life and be more of a successful person. And then third, for emotional health, is it teaches them time management, which, as far as emotional health goes, time management, if you have good time management, you're going to be much happier with your life, less stressed out, and just a much easier way of living. And it teaches kids time management by having them balance their activities with family, other outside activities from school, and other commitments, as well as having to spend an appropriate time actually on the academics in order to get to play sports. Which, by that I mean, you don't see that much until middle school or high school, but you can also, parents can do that themselves. And by that I mean, the student has to put in the work in order to get to do the fun stuff, which, like I said in my previous 2 points, is something that's true now, tomorrow, the next day, next week, for the rest of your life. It's important to always make sure that you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of right then, and then you can have fun later. And that fun later is sports. And those kids want to play sports, so it's a good tactic to get them to really focus on their studies. Now, the last of my points is a little more arbitrary, and it's fun. And by that, obviously, I mean sports are fun, and it's really fun for kids. But a few of the ways that they get to have fun is they get to make friendships and have these bonds with kids, and these could be either kids that they've known their whole life and get to play on teams with, from a wee kid all the way up through high school, or you could be someone that plays on multiple teams, and you're here, there, being with these kids, those kids, and you're meeting all these people, and that's another thing that goes back to communication skills. And then secondly is teamwork. And I know teamwork doesn't necessarily sound fun, but if you think about what teamwork is, and if you have teamwork, you're probably going to be successful. And if you have teamwork and you're successful, you're probably going to win. And I don't know about you, but I think winning is fun. It's fun for me. So that's where teamwork comes into the whole fun aspect. And then there's my third part of fun is kind of some smaller tidbits that I remember from being a kid, much like these guys right here, all sitting outside of a baseball game. But it was the small things like riding on the bus to the games, or going to weekend tournaments and getting to stay in the hotels with all my buddies and enjoy that time with them, or going to like camps, training camps, and getting to compete with my peers, people that were better than me, watching the kids that were older than me, helping the kids that were younger than me. I mean, that's another thing that kids will learn and get to use throughout their entire life. And so with all the camaraderie, life lessons, and just pure fun that kids have through being in sports, I believe it's just imperative that we continue to encourage our kids to play sports. Thank you very much.